All right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic as always. In today's video, we're going to be talking about SJT, which is San Juan Basin Royalty Trust, if I could show you guys that here. And as you can see right here, it pays a dividend yield of about 2 to 3%, which is trash. Please do not click off the video here. Let me show you why, because it actually pays a dividend yield of close to 28%. But the thing is here, San Juan pays monthly dividends, and their most current previous dividend was only like 1 or 2 cents, and they are a $7 stock. And I want to show you why they might not be paying massive dividends right now, but why it's like a stock to keep on your watch list, just because it could go back to paying some massive dividends like the 14-15%, and you could pick it up at low prices such as $2. So if that sounds good to you, please do stick around and watch this video. We are now up to 639 subscribers. Our last video over 500 views in the first 14 hours, under 14 hours. That's amazing. Guys, we're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber marker. That is amazing. I'm so happy. Currently, just to check this out, we got about 5.7K views in the past 48 hours, getting close on that 6,000. Got to bump that up, but we're doing amazing. But in today's video, we're talking about SJT. And for those of you that don't know, let's just talk a little bit about the history. Okay, my screen, what the schmuck? We don't need that. Anyways, let's go into a little bit about what SJT, San Juan Basin Royalty Trust is. And let me give you a little background. So the trust was established in November 1980 by trust indenture between Southland Royalty and the Fort Worth National Bank. That is a mouthful. Okay, let's just skip here. Percent to the... I hate when they use big words, man. I'm not that intelligent. Come on now, you can't do me like that. Sutherland Royalty convey to the trust a 75% net overriding royalty interest equivalent to a net profit interest carved out of Sutherland Royalty's oil and gas leasehold and royalty interest. So basically what SJT does is they lease and own land, and what they do is they do overriding royalty interest on those lands. And for overriding royalty interest, for those of you that don't know, it's an interest carved out of working interest. It's a percentage of gross production that is not charged with any expenses, meaning they lease out the land and they collect interest on those leases. But the thing is, their leases depend upon the performance of their portfolio. And so if they're collecting a lot of gas and a lot of resources and gas prices are doing well, they're going to have some massive dividends because they're collecting a lot of interest. And this is why SJT's dividend is so variable. You see the 1 cent, the 5 cent, the 40 cent here. It's because it's dependent upon gas prices, as in the United States Oil Fund, and it's also dependent upon how much they collect off of their leaseholds. As you can see at the bottom, we have the leasehold acreage, so they rent out their land. They have oil fields, gas fields, and I guess San Juan Basin, that's just kind of like their territory. So that's a little bit about them. They're an oil and gas royalty trust that leases land and collects natural gas, and then collects interest and royalties on those gas to pay investors those juicy dividends, or once juicy dividends, because as you can see, they dropped to 5 cents and then recently a very pathetic 2 cents basically. But what I do want to show you here is going back to a couple years in San Juan's past, and this is why I want to bring this stock to your attention. They were at one point a $2, roughly a $2 stock here, $2.10. And at this time, March 1st, 2020 was when, let's see here, March 1st, 2020, they were paying a 3 cent dividend. So on a $2 company, they were paying roughly 3 cents, which is meh. That's really meh still. But as you can see, their dividends grew to 5 cents, then 9 cents right here, and then 14 cents. And then as you could see, it stayed at about this 10 level until it jumped up to 18, 34. And it had some pretty big dividends, like 40 cents. And if you were to buy at that $2 level and we're receiving roughly about 10 cents on average, let's just do this right here, times 12, because they're a monthly paying stock. 1.2 divided by 2 equals to a 60% dividend yield. And at their current stock price, you would have made over 300, almost 400% in capital gains. That's why I wanted to show you guys this stock. Sure, you look at oil in the same period, oil had a pretty substantial run up from that time, going back to March of 2020 to May. As you can see, it rose up almost over 100%, maybe 150, 200%. But San Juan took absolute advantage of that. And not saying something like that would happen in the future, but if San Juan reaches these $2 levels and something happens to the oil industry where they're once again paying out high premiums and San Juan's collecting a lot of those oil and gas interest and royalty charges, then you might see those massive dividends again. Am I saying to invest in San Juan? No, I'm just bringing it to your attention in this video. And I just wanted to show you that, you know, like you could potentially earn a 60% dividend yield on an average stock just by investing at the right times and understanding the industry, understanding what SJT does. As you can see, they still do pay monthly. This is a pretty pathetic dividend. 2 cents on a $7 stock is very, very poor. Obviously, it is 3%. But what do I see for the stock in the future? I think it totally depends upon oil prices. As you can see now, they're pretty choppy. I do actually invest in USOI. That's a different covered call ETN. But as you can see, oil prices are very choppy right now, and there's no clear direction on where they're going except potentially down or slow down or kind of a stagnant flat phase. So for San Juan, that might not be the best situation, but who knows, if that does pick up in the future, you might see these big dividends once again, and that's why I wanted to bring it to your attention. My throat is currently dying, but we are reaching the end of this video, so once again, please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Continue watching our videos. You guys are doing absolutely amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.